What's up, y'all? Big Slade got a review. I know what you did last summer, 2025. The movie is the fourth installment of I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. Um, However, the movie ignores part three, the direct to video series, the 2006. I'll always know I still know. I always know what you did last summer. It's the so that completely ignores the that third one. So this movie's a direct sequel to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, the 1998 cut that featured Brandy. The movie is like a retcon. It's a legacy sequel, pretty much on the bandwagon of Halloween and the Scream franchise with reoccurring actors reprising their roles. Basically, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. Um, so basically, and I would tell you this: if you, once again, non-spoiler, spoilers on the next video. If you do plan on watching this film, go see the 1997 version if and the 1998 version. If you saw this movie already, you can comment down below and share your thoughts. And if you still saw this movie and you're not familiar with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt, you're not familiar with the background, this massacre of Southport, then go back and watch the 1997 version of I Know What You Did Last Summer and the sequel I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, the 98. Continuing, I'm gonna get directly into it. Um, the movie stars Madeline Klein. I had to write this stuff down because I didn't want to butcher the names. Chase Sue Wanders. These are the new characters, the final girls of the movie, along with the OGs, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. Basically, you already know the premise. And once again, this movie has no direct connection to the television series that came out. So there's four installments and a television series. Um, this ignores the third sequel, and this has no connection to the TV series, which was a reboot. Um, the sequel poses as a direct connection, or if you want to say it's a retcon or direct sequel, part three to the 1998 with Brandy Norwood. So I'm not going to repeat it again. So basically, the premise is kind of similar to the 97 version. However, it plays a little different. The group, they're on the side of the road, they're on the road, and however, they have an accident and they decide to make a pact and cover it up. And then the past catches up with them. The killer starts tracking them down, knocking them off one by one. That's basically the premise. But there are similarities. It's a little different. Similarities to the 97 version and this version. I'm going to get my pros out of the way. What I liked about the movie, the acting was okay. It was decent. Um, I like the fact that there are cameos appearance. I like these legacy movies. If it's done properly, I can enjoy it. And the movie's a popcorn flick. Okay, I'm not expecting no Titanic, Godfather, Oscar winning performance. I already knew. I kind of expected the this movie to be a popcorn flick, and it was a fun movie to watch. Even as a horror fan, I went to go enjoy it and see how I was curious how to see how this movie was going to play out with people jumping on the bandwagon of Halloween and Scream. and the OGs coming back to reprise their role. So I was curious to see how this movie was going to turn out, and it was fun. It was fun to watch. Popcorn flick. Once again, the actors did their thing. Um, and it's a basic, simple story. And the pacing was good. Nothing wasn't really overdrawn or done too much. Um, and as I mentioned, with these people doing these movies this way, the remake, retelling, retcons, and you got the OGs returning to reprise their roles. The movie can be enjoyable, and it could be fun to watch if it's written and done properly. And the writers of this movie, the screenwriters, they captured the nostalgia of this film. And once again, it's a simple story, and it was well balanced. Um, the What I didn't like about the movie, and I will emphasize this stuff during the spoiler discussion in a different video. Um, the there's always these dumb horror movie cliches where the characters got to do something stupid, and you always find the one character that happens to you always find the one character that happens to find some kind of escape or some kind of way to fight the killer off. It's always one of those things where the opportunity is there, and there's only one person that stood, you know, their ground. Only one person stood their ground and put up a fight with the fisherman. But everybody else pretty much had a silly moment, one of those cliche moments where the opportunity was there and nobody takes the opportunity to escape or get the upper hand. But like a horror flick, you're going to get the kills. The kills are there, and there are some unique scenes in the movie, especially when it comes to these people um, having their encounter with the fishermen. Um, so I didn't like these, and you got to expect the stupid cliche moments when people have these encounter with the killers. Um, the the third act is and the reveal is what did it for me, and I didn't like it at all because it pretty much defeats the purpose of the previous installments, and I didn't like um I just didn't like that part of the movie, and I like I said, I enjoyed the movie for what it was. I knew what it was going to wind up being, but once again, I just the reveal. But with these movies, um, and one tiny little spoiler, there is an end credit scene, and that's all that I'm going to tell you. There is an end credit scene, but this third act, it sets it. The I have to just accept it because it has to be necessary. Um, because basically these characters, Julie and Ray, um, they're dealing with a lot. This town is dealing with a lot, and there's so much going on. So, during this big third act and this big reveal, I wasn't feeling it, but it was necessary and it was done for a reason. There is an end credit scene. Um, there are two cameos in this movie. With two other people reprising their roles, and that's just about it. Um, you can wait for it to come to streaming. However, if you want to go to the movies and you want a good popcorn flick, you're bored at home, and you're a horror fan, and you like this franchise, then you can go to the movies and check this movie out and make sense of it for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it, but it is not worth rushing to the movies for. You can save the $20 and wait for streaming and watch it for free at home. I mean, you if you still have a subscription to like Star, it wouldn't be free if you're paying the internet bill, but you know what I mean. Wait for it to come to streaming. You can rent it when it's available for digital, but it's not worth going to the movies for. You can pass it up. Like, once again, if you're a horror fan and you love the franchise, you like the thrills, you like the silliness of these cliche moments, you can go to the movies and watch it, and you'll enjoy it for what it is. I definitely think this is a much better sequel versus the in comparison to the third one. Um, this movie is decent, but nothing worth rushing to the movies for. You can stay at home and wait for it to come for digital streaming. With that being said, take care of yourselves. Until next time, before I close out, before I leave you guys, new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be updated on more content for my returning subscribers. I appreciate you coming back, checking out the channel. Thank you for taking out your personal time to come back to the channel to view my content. If you saw this movie, post your comments down below, share your thoughts. With that being said, peace.